Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today we're going to talk about retiring at 62, another reason to do it. So before we get started, if you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps my channel grow. Hit the like button and feel free to leave comments. Love to hear from you. Love to what your thoughts are. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So another reason to retire at 62. Now, it used to be people would retire at 62 because they had health issues or maybe that late in life, a loss of a job, things that, just contributed to, I need to take that money and I need to take it now. Excuse me. But with all of the changes going on in the government now, I'm trying to stay completely neutral and not stay on one side of the fence or the other. But the Social Security workforce is being reduced by 7,000 people. It's currently at 57,000, and they're going to get rid of 7,000 employees through offering them retirement, and get out early, or eventually just simply eliminating some of those jobs. That's the lowest that Social Security workforce will have been in the last 50 years. Something to keep in mind. And keep in mind that over the course of that time, Social Security has never missed a payment. People have gotten their checks, it might be delayed in the mail, a day here or there, or, certainly now that with the advent of just online payments, it's right in your account. It's a great thing. Money's there. You don't even have to worry about it. You check on it periodically. Everything is good. So, anyway, they've been very good about making those payments. Now, keep in mind, it's your money. You contributed it. You're owed that money. Excuse me. It begs the question, is there waste in Social Security? Sure, it's probably no different than any other government-run program. There's going to be waste, and it doesn't need to be, ferreted out and addressed and gotten rid of. Absolutely, anything that would help keep the program running well and efficient is certainly a good thing to do. So part of the problem is as they look to close, they're looking to close Social Security offices. A number of offices will have leases on them. They're not government-owned buildings. And so with that, it becomes an easy target for them to say, we're going to do away with that facility by not renewing its lease. And as they reduce the workforce and they reduce the amount of facilities available, really, who does it hurt? It really is going to hurt rural America, which will then have less and less choices of places to go, to take care of any of their Social Security needs. Because let's be honest, let's face it, not everyone has computer access. Not everyone is online. So for some people, it's important to have those offices to be able to take care of their personal needs. In today's age, we kind of think everyone's online. But in reality, that's not true. It's just not the way it goes. It's one of those things that you kind of have to look at and address and go, who's it going to hurt? And how is that going? Is it going to be fixed, solved, or the government's just saying, that's just the way it is. Now, part of Social Security's problem is they work on a computer system that is very old and outdated. It's not up to date. It's not new. And it is part of the problem that causes some of the things that people deal with, people see. You saw Elon Musk, say, oh, people who are 150 years old and 200 years old are getting paid. No, they're not. That's kind of a lot of nonsense. Now, are they still on the books? Yes, to some degree that is true because they use the death certificate as a reason to close out that account. And that doesn't mean they're getting paid. They're not getting any money. but they never took it off the books. And there's where politicians and or people like Musk, want to blow that up into something it's not. Less than honest is a good word that should be associated with that man. Because as for someone who is so supposedly successful, you would think he would have done his due diligence, which he did not. I'm looking at my notes down here. The other thing is we need to have more pressure. We, as citizens, put on our senators and our congressmen to say, hey, you need to get on and fix this. There's 72.5 million people on Social Security. And that money, it's our money. It was taxed. We didn't have the opportunity to turn that tax portion off out of our checks. So it was taken whether we liked it, wanted it, or not. There's a program that was designed for the future of the elderly, and certainly it's a good program. Always has been. But so to say it's going to go away, well, they're doing things that are going to necessarily harm it. That's true. They're doing their best to make it miserable there. But we need to fix it overall. And that comes from Congress. That comes from you pressuring your congressmen, your representatives to say, hey, you need to fix this. Maybe what you need to do is email them and say, hey, let me know 5 things you've done in the last week that's improving my life because you're working for me. So what are you doing to help me? And get ready when you give the 5, because we're going to come back and visit this every week until I'm satisfied you're really doing a job for me. And maybe that turnaround is absolutely fair play, So I think that, there needs to be things that are done that help us, the citizens. So keep in mind, as you go to retire, your Social Security might be a small part of what you do in your retirement, but for some people, it's a large part. And for some, it's all that they have. They have nothing else. So it's safe to say that it's a lot of different things in a lot of different ways for everyone. And there's another thing that unfortunately adds to the list that might be a reason to retire early and get on the bandwagon, so to speak, because they're making it harder to process returns. And for those who have not yet retired, the challenge is really going to be greater to you to be able to get and claim your money. So let me know what you think in the comments. And with that, I'm going to tell you, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.